destiny. Where am I to go? I feel so damn alone. I wanna run away to a faraway place where no one knows my name. But what if I run into another you? Would the pain still be the same? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the saddest of them all? Hold up, wait a minute. Is there hope I see? Walk with me, talk with me, tell me what is my destiny. Walk with me, talk with me, tell me what is my destiny.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Further, welcome to Blended Healing. What do you do when your trust is broken? How do you get trust back? How do you start trusting again? Trust is one of the most important things that you have. And once it's gained, it's something special. But when it's lost, it takes forever to get back. I want to talk to you about how to learn how to trust again. And it takes a strong person to do that, to open up yourself when you've been hurt in the past. Trust is a fundamental part of relationships. Trust refers to our views about how reliable, how genuine, and honest we believe others are. People may hold widely different beliefs about how trustworthy others are from nobody can be trusted to everyone is trustworthy. My motto has been, for as long as I can remember, is trust no one. Trust no one. Then I was taught a lesson by my children. And they said, you should trust us to know how to move until we do something for you not to trust us. Out of the mouth of babes comes wisdom. Experience that we had in previous relationships, from people that were in our childhood to romantic partners and friends, can shape our views on trust. Unfortunately, extreme thinking about others' trustworthiness can backfire when put to the test in real relationships. If nobody can be trusted, then it can be nearly impossible to develop any type of close relationships. However, if everyone is trustworthy, we may be more likely to find ourselves in unsafe relationships where we are more likely to be hurt. Trust is a very fickle thing, a very fickle thing. Trust is something that we rely on as our meter, you know? How do we gauge other people? Do we trust them right off the bat? Do they show any qualities where we can trust them? It's hard when you've been hurt before. It's hard when you feel as though nobody can be trusted, and then it's nearly impossible, like I just said, to develop close relationships. But if everyone is trustworthy, then we'd be more likely to find ourselves in unsafe relationships where we are more likely to be hurt. How can we change our perspective on this? Oh, I guess instead of thinking of trust as either fully present or fully absent, it can be helpful to define the various ways you depend on people, or would you want to depend on people at all? And then you ask yourself whether different people in your life can be counted on in different ways. Like trusting might look like reaching out to someone for support when you've had a bad day and believing that they'll be there for you. Or it could look like sharing personal information with someone, knowing that it'll keep it private, but trust could also manifest as believing that they'll pay back the money that you lent them, or assuming that they'll keep your kids safe if you ask them to babysit. When you really think about it, most people in our lives can be trusted in at least some capacity. Across all the relationships that we have in our lives, we can get our needs met. Hmm. Reflecting on trustworthiness, reflecting on that thing. Each person in our life across different domains can reduce black and white thinking. For example, that nobody can be trusted versus everyone can be trusted always, and allows us to calibrate our trust behaviors in ways that lead to interpersonal outcomes that are in line with our values. With our values. What do we do? If you have a history of relationships not meeting your needs, you may prioritize behaviors that make you feel safe in the short term. The short term safety you feel when you engage in protective behaviors can be extremely powerful. When a behavior makes you feel safe, or in control, even just for a little while, it is reinforced. In other words, when the behavior or the works makes you feel safe for even just a moment, you will want to do it again. Unfortunately, many behaviors that gives us short-term relief in relationships have negative long-term consequences. It's really hard to pursue a relationship with values without stepping outside our comfort zone. And if we continue to use unhelpful behaviors, it's difficult to maintain stable relationships, which may reinforce problems with trust and make protective behaviors a better outcome for us. By choosing to behave differently than you can choose to do what you usually do in relationships, you will likely feel uncomfortable, exposed at first, but the payoff is in the long run. Imagine that you feel anxious that your friends might be going out without you. You want to text them every 5 minutes until someone responds, but you resist the urge. In the short term, it might be nerve wracking to simply just wait to hear from them. In the long term, however, you have the chance to learn that your friends will eventually reach out to you. And you'll know it because they care about you, not because you nagged them. And by stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? Over and over, you will begin to gain confidence in your relationships and get what you want, what you need, making you less likely to rely on the negative behaviors that can take you off your course, off your journey. Sometimes trying out new ways to act in your relationships takes advanced planning. It's about knowing yourself, knowing what your triggers are, knowing what you will and will not tolerate. You might want to set some goals on how you can be honest with somebody new in your life about your history, about anything that happened to you abuse wise, rather than make an excuse to leave before getting some type of intimacy. Or you might plan to have a tough conversation with somebody that might be overbearing. You can even try making plans with friends, even though you've been depressed and don't really feel like it. Beloved, we've all been here. We all have lost our trust. But in love, in faith, we can learn how to trust again. And if you are facing situations head on that makes you feel nervous, that makes sense. It could be scary to change your behavior when it comes to relationships, especially when those behaviors have helped you feel safe. However, take a look at what you might gain. Offer the chance to learn that you can actually count on other people to give you what you need and respect your limits. My loves, the more you give people a chance by changing your behavior, the more you will learn to trust. And the more trusting you are, the less likely you are to engage in unhelpful relationships and those behaviors that are attached to it. Learning experiences will free you up to pursue your values in your romantic relationships, your family relationships, and your friendships. You have learned about discernment. In most cases, discernment will serve you as one of your best allies. I'm not saying not to trust anybody. I'm just saying when you're trying something different, when you want to give, trust to somebody, or you have given them the test, the litmus test, to see if they live up to your values, your standards, and what you're looking for. No matter what the relationship is, it's trust. We're talking about trust. And if you have an open heart to love, trust will follow if you stay in faith and you use your discernment. Ashe. Ashe. That was real quick. I just wanted to pop on here real quick and just give you some food for thought. Food for thought. Something to grow by. I will see you very, very soon. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow.
I hear you breathing, but your heart no longer sounds strong. But you're kinda scared of dying, so you hold on. And you keep on blacking out. I hear you breathing, but your heart no longer sounds strong. But you're kinda scared of dying, so you hold on. And you keep on blacking out. Your pulse is slow. Stop trying to fight the beat. Just relax, let it go. Because there's no way you can fight it, though you'll still try. And you can try it till you fight it, but you'll still die. Your spirit leaves your body and your mind clears. The rigor mortis starts to set and you body. You start your journey in the outer space. You see yourself in the light, but you're still feeling out of place. So you're standing in the tunnel of eternal life. And you've seen the one you've never learned to love in life. Make a choice, let it go. Back it up. If you ain't at peace with God, you need to patch it up. But if you're ready, close your eyes and we can set it free. And he lies, a man not scared to die. May he rest in peace. And still got to wonder why. I ain't never seen a man cry till I seen a man die.